Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to Golden Grace Millinery. So, guys, in today's video, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful spiral turban. Very unique and beautiful. You will love this video. It's very detailed, so I hope you watch till the very end. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and leave a comment for me in the comment section. So let's get on with the tutorial. Now I have this animal skin fabric. Like, this is a fabric that is a leftover fabric from a top I made, so I wanted to make something unique with it. So I decided to make a turban and make it a spiral turban. So the length I had left was like, I had on the more stretchy part, I had 24 inches, while the height, like the height was 10 inches. So if you have much fabric, like if you buy a material for this, please use a higher, like increase the length down. Now what I did is I marked 2 inches line, just like I showed you. Now I went ahead to sew. You pick each line and then you sew straight down, like that lengthwise, or should I call it the widthwise. Yes, so you just pick a particular line and then you sew just these small stitches, because the boning will be fixing inside is just those circular boning. So I'll do the same thing for the rest of them, and then we'll continue just like you said. So now, after we are done, we fold into two and locate the midpoint. Like, you fold it into two and then you locate the midpoint, notch it so that you will know the midpoint. Now we'll be fixing our band. For your band, I advise that you cut it to the length of your head circumference. Before I forget, to make this turban, you need a very stretchy fabric, like a lycra, just a very stretchy fabric, okay, so that it gives you enough spiral. So as you can see, I've actually folded my band into two, and then I'm placing it right at, matching the midpoint of the band with the midpoint of the turban body. So I'll go to my sewing machine and then I'll join it straight. I'll make a straight stitch. This is just a normal way of joining your turban, the band of your turban to the turban body. So after we are done, you can see it. After we are done, we fold into two just to trim off the allowance, the excess that we have at the edge right there. So you just take your scissors and then you trim off. After trimming off, you go to your sewing machine and you close one end. Like, you sew straight so that you can close one end of the openings that we have. Like, just pick one side and just close it with a straight stitch. So I'll just show you the back side so that you can see what I mean, so you can see it clearly. So you can see I just made a straight stitch just so that I can cover those four openings. Okay, so don't forget, if you have much fabric, make yours like, so that you can get like templates. Just depending on what you want, you can alter the length of your fabric and you can get more spirals. So this is the boning that we'll be using. Is a plastic boning and it's the circular ones. So you can see, just I got the tip and then I use my eyebrow tape to tape the tip so that it doesn't poke. So I started fixing it inside, and when I get to the end, that part where I stitched, that I closed, that side where I made my stretch stitch, it got to the end, then I started pushing it in. I started pushing, like you start pushing the boning inside so that it gives you spiral. No, we've made a spiral turban before on our channel, though it's not this type, but we've had something like that. So you can watch that video also to help you understand better. So you start pushing it inside, start pushing it inside so that it forms those coils. As you push inside, the more crinoline that you push and the more the fabric stretches. This is why you need a very stretchy material. So the more you push inside, the more it accommodates, it stretches itself to accommodate the boning. Now after you are done, you cut off the excess that you have at that point. Now to give us a piece of advice, which I didn't do this while I was making this, but I later, if I'm to make another one, I would do it. Please leave like 1 inch away from the end, from where your crinoline, from where your boning stops, like 1 inch before you get to the edge. Okay, this will help you stitch it down when you are closing the ends. Now I used my needle and thread to secure that part, but it wasn't secure enough. And don't forget, when you get to the end like this, I didn't remember to do so. You use your abro tape again to tip the end, like to cover the end, to wrap it, okay, so that it doesn't poke out. And you can see what I said. You can see that the crinoline that I fixed inside, it's poking out, so it's not right. One, do tape it down with your abro tape, and then secondly, use your sewing machine to stitch it down. Don't use needle and thread. Sewing machine is better. When you push it in, you leave about 1 inch from the edge of the of our turban body, and then you stitch it down with your sewing machine. It's better and more secure. Okay, so now go ahead to fix the other ones. The reason why I'm fast forwarding the whole thing or speeding it up is because I don't want the video to be too long. We have a spiral turban tutorial on this channel already. You can go ahead and watch it at your own convenience. Now you can see the way that I'm trying to actually push it down. You can see the way that I'm trying to tape the end, and make it. You can see this was what I didn't do for the first one, which I told you to do for it. Do this for the first one. Oh yes, this is the right way to close it. And then you take it to your sewing machine. Leave about 1 inch or even more than at the edge before you close your before the end of your crinoline. Okay, it's really better that way, just so that it doesn't disturb you when you are closing the sides. Now I'll go ahead and finish it off for the rest. Now you can see I've sewn everything, every edge. I closed it with a sewing machine. Okay, if you use needle and thread, it's not safe and secure enough. So at this point, we are going to be folding it together. You face them right sides facing each other. Make them right sides facing each other. You get their bands together. We are going to close it just the same way we close our normal turban. I'm sure you understand. So we'll be going to our sewing machine to actually close it down. Now if you left those 1 inches that I told you to leave at both ends before your crinoline, okay, if you left it, this you wouldn't have to struggle like I did while I was closing the sides of my own turban. Now guys, if you've watched up to this point, please don't leave without clicking the like button. Leave a comment for me. This is your way of helping me, and please share this video. This very turban, so many persons loved it. I was like, it's so simple, but it got more attraction, like more attention than the ones I thought were beautiful, even beautiful. So this one very small and beautiful. So guys, you can see the way I'm trying to be pushing the crinoline inside, but if I had left those 1 inch before getting to the end, it would have, before closing the each crinoline, like leaving 1 inch at the end, it would have been easier for me to actually close. So do yourself the good by leaving that the 1 inch on the left side, 1 inch on the other side. Okay, so it's very important. If I have the privilege to actually make another spiral turban, I don't know if you would want to watch another one. So if I have the privilege, I will also drop it and let you see clearly what I meant. So now you can see, and also close the down parts, and we are done. Now we are almost, our spiral turban is almost ready. Now we are done. Now I want to show us a trick. This is a trick, thank me later. Now you see this abro tape, and you see it, that was what I used to wrap the foot of my sewing machine. Yes, that was what I used. If you use if you use this and wrap it the way I'm showing you now, your machine, if it doesn't sew stretchy fabric, just try this, it will sew any stretchy fabric. Okay, you can thank me later. Now let's go to our working table. Now you can see we are done here. Now we'll be just, you know that our spiral turbans are not gathered the same way we gather our normal turbans, so just turn it to the right side. And what you're going to do, you see the way it's looking, but if you put it on your head, it's mightily beautiful and attractive. Now remember, when we have, look at the way you get all the boning, like the ends, all of those boning parts at the end, you gather them and place it above the band. Don't let it rest on the band, like don't tack the band area, just rest it above the band, or that place where your band body and the band join together. Okay, so maybe if you make yours, you would know how best to actually lay that part down, but I used needle and thread, and then I made mine to lay down above my turban, the band of the turban. You can see that. Just don't tack down that band area, just lay these ones flat like that. You can lay it and then tack it above the turban body, the turban band, and you can add an applique at that point. Now this was what we had. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, leave a comment for me in the comment section. Now see you all, and don't forget, I have other video tutorials. Whatever you want, just drop it in the comment section, your questions and your beautiful comments for me. And don't forget, I have other videos. Thank you for watching.